Good afternoon, everybody. Let me say I'm delighted to be here. It's a wonderful town for us all to come to, and it's indeed a very great privilege. I'm very excited about being able to talk about our transformational project at Moonee Valley. And I guess the theme of this conference is about unlocking potential. And that's what that we're endeavouring to do at Moonee Valley. Let's see if I can get this operating. But firstly, let me start by providing a bit of context for. I've got some glasses here. I'll just pop them there. Let me start by providing. Thanks, David. Let me start by just providing a bit of context for those that may not be familiar with the Moonee Valley Racing Club and our story. The club was first formed in 1883 by our founding father, William Samuel Cox, when he purchased a farm called Fairham's Farm in Moonee Ponds to establish a new thoroughbred racing club in Melbourne. With a rich and proud history, the club is now in its 137th year and continues to be one of the leading race clubs of the world. Our signature race, the Cox Plate, has an honour roll that features the great champions that have graced the turf in Australia. Horses like Farlap, Tulloch, Kingston Town, the remarkable race between Bone Crusher and our Waverley Star, and in recent years, So You Think and Winks. Winners, Winks, of course, won our great race on 4 occasions. And last year, Liz Grosjean was the champion, well, the Cox Plate, and the first Japanese winner. And of course, we spoke yesterday about how she went on to win the Arima Kinnan. This year, the club will celebrate the 100th Cox Plate, and which was a very special occasion for us. And with prize money at $5 million on offer, the Cox Plate is the richest Group 1 weight for age race on turf in the world. In 1998, Moonee Valley pioneered thoroughbred racing under lights in Australia. And of the 23 race meetings we stage each year, 16 of these are run on Friday nights between September and March. In Australia, most race courses are on Crown land that is owned and controlled by the government. Some race courses, though, including Moonee Valley, operate on freehold land, which is owned and controlled by the club. The Moonee Valley Racecourse sits on 40 hectares of freehold land, located just 6 kilometres from the Melbourne CBD. It is one of the largest privately owned land holdings in Melbourne. Melbourne, for those that haven't been there, is one of the great cities of the world and was awarded the title of the world's most livable city for 7 consecutive years. Melbourne is regarded as the sporting capital of Australia and is a cosmopolitan, multicultural cultural city with first-class infrastructure and wonderful amenity. Melbourne's experienced a population boom, with net growth averaging more than 100,000 people per year. In 2009, Melbourne's population was approximately 4 million, and over the last 10 years, we've added a further 1 million. Melbourne's population is projected to be 8.5 million in 2050. To accommodate this growth, a combination of obviously urban renewal and changes to the mix of residential accommodation and the release of new land on the fringe of the city is required and will be vital. In 2009, a lot of years ago now, I guess, the club formulated a bold strategy to reimagine what racing could be and set about looking at its most valuable asset, our freehold land, as a clean sheet of paper, This was a difficult and challenging task, as of course the racecourse is of irregular shape and has constraints on 3 of its 4 boundaries. With some incredibly creative thinking, and I have to say, as we went through the process, many rolls of yellow trace paper, the club was able to design a new racecourse that fitted perfectly into a footprint, but importantly, was reduced by 25%. We were able to reshape the track, relocate the grandstand from the western precinct to the north. This realignment of the track released 10 hectares of land that could be repurposed for residential development. When setting out on a project of this nature, we needed to establish a vision for ourselves. And as you can see, the master plan project, our vision was that the master plan project would transform the Moonee Valley Racing Club into a world-class racing, residential, commercial, lifestyle precinct. And accompanied with that were a set of objectives that we are pursuing. Unlock the value in the freehold land, secure the long-term financial viability of our club, create a new world-class racing facility, to be the best night racing venue in the world, create a vibrant residential, retail, commercial, lifestyle precinct, and entrench the club. For me, this is very important, entrench the club with the local community. As you can imagine, when a vision of this size was first socialised, club members, the local community, there was considerable, I guess resistance is the right word, due to the scale of the proposed development and the impact that the new population would have on existing residents. Navigating our way through a complex and lengthy planning process was a great challenge, and there have been numerous occasions when it appeared that the club wouldn't succeed to achieve our required outcomes. But I have to say, through perseverance, the club was successful in securing rezoning of our land in 2015, with planning controls applied that supported high-density residential development. Importantly, these planning approvals validated the yield projections and the feasibility model that would deliver the financial outcome that the club required to construct the new Moonee Valley Racecourse. With planning approvals in place, the club took the project to market to seek a development partner to realise our vision. There were a number of excellent partners that provided high calibre bids, but with different financial outcomes, and as you can imagine, very, very different risk profiles. I'm delighted to say that the club has partnered with a group called Host Plus in Australia. They're one of the leading superannuation funds and have very strong financial capacity. Under the joint venture, we will be partners right throughout the development process, and we will share in the profits from the first townhouse sold right through to the final apartment. The change in track orientation, and as you can see, that the grandstand has moved, will move from what we call the western side to the northern side of the track. We'll see a change in the circumference of the track, which will change from about 1,800 metres to 1,700 metres. The width of the track will increase from 24 metres to 30, and that will allow us to run more races over the racing season. The most noticeable change, however, is the length of the home straight, which will increase from the current rather boutique level of 173 metres to 317 metres. Importantly, the design of the new track will see all the traditional racing distances retained at the club. The club engaged Cox Architects, a leading architect firm, to design our new world-class grandstand. This spectacular modern grandstand facility will be designed, of course, with the customer at the forefront. Racegoers will be able to enjoy a day or night at the races in unrivalled comfort and experience an atmosphere of intimacy and the amphitheatre that is and will be the new Moonee Valley. Incorporated into the new grandstand will be a clubhouse, and I think we've been inspired by what our friends in Hong Kong have been able to achieve. But the clubhouse will be available for our members to enjoy 365 days a year. The clubhouse will be the heart of the club and bring members together by offering a wide range of dining, health, wellbeing facilities and hospitality options. As you'll note, with the reorientation of the track, the Melbourne city skyline will provide a spectacular backdrop for racing at the Valley. Over the next 10 years, more than 2,000 new dwellings will be constructed with a gross value in excess of $2 billion. After completing the master planning and the vision process, Moonee Valley Park was launched recently, and we are now in market with the first stage release consisting of premium townhouses. Having invested more than 10 years into the project, it will be a key milestone when construction on these townhouses commence in the next few weeks. We'll welcome the first residents to Moonee Valley Park early next year. Of course, with intense residential development across Melbourne, it was important that our project has a unique selling proposition, a point of difference for us to succeed. The location of the racecourse is one of those, but the opportunity to create a site-wide, fully integrated development will provide residents with a high-quality lifestyle that will ensure Moonee Valley Park appeals to all segments of the population. In creating, I guess in essence, what we're doing, in creating a new micro-suburb, we want to offer our residents a diverse mix of amenity and facilities that'll encourage them to live, work and play across the site. The provision of more than 7,000 square metres of designated open space, as well as a number of pocket parks, will provide a relaxed environment for both active and passive recreation. In addition to the green spaces, the club will develop a wide range of community sporting facilities within the infield of the racecourse. Residents, club members and the broader community will be able to access the infield of the racecourse each day. They'll be able to undertake, obviously, a range of activities, including running, walking, kicking the ball, walking the dogs, enjoying the children's playground. Whilst the club, and importantly for me, will retain ownership and control of the racecourse precinct, including the infield, will provide access to ensure that it is enjoyed by all, and of course everyone has an active and healthy lifestyle. The club has retained placemaking rights across the entire site, and will construct a calendar of curated events to enhance and encourage social interaction. These could include festivals, food and wine events, moonlight cinemas, fitness classes, and of course, much, much more. Through our placemaking role, we'll offer a range of events and activities to appeal to all demographics and cultures. This will be important in creating a sense of Moonee Valley Park community. The club has commenced a number of important projects at a minor level, but still nonetheless important. The conversion of a heritage listed house that was owned by the club back in the 30s into an early childcare learning centre. We launched this new business late in June, and now we have 90 local children running around enjoying a facility of the club. Another key heritage asset that we've identified for adaptive reuse is the tote building. The club has recently commenced a project that will see it converted into a high-quality cafe and restaurant that will be retained, owned and operated by the club. The Tote Cafe will be the centrepiece of the new Tote Park, 5,000 square metres of public open space that the club will gift to the community. Tote Park and Tote Cafe will be completed prior to the 100th running of the Cox Plate this October. Once completed, up to 5,000 people will live within Moonee Valley Park. Supported, this new population will be a mix of retail, commercial activities, including restaurants, cafes, supermarkets, cinemas, retail shops. Moonee Valley Park will generate significant local employment opportunities, not only through the build process, but of course, post-completion. Importantly, with the rising price of property in Melbourne, the residential development across Moonee Valley Park will offer a diverse mix of product, including 1, 2, 3 and 4 bedroom townhouse apartments, retired living, high dependency care living, and the pricing will range from about 400,000 Aussie to in excess of $2 million. And an allocation of not less than 5% will be offered to affordable housing for the community. Moonee Valley Park will have a broad, multi-generational appeal through this diverse housing product mix. The broader local community will benefit as a result of our development. The club will be paying contributions to the local council in excess of $12 million. That will be then used for the upgrade of local facilities outside of Moonee Valley Park. This transformational and aspirational project required the club to invest heavily in stakeholder consultation. I'm sure you can imagine, given the breadth and the size of the project. And engagement has, I think we've negotiated good win-win outcomes for everyone. It's pleasing to see that, you know, initially there might have been some people that perhaps opposed the project, but many now have become strong advocates. 10 years ago, the Moonee Valley Racing Club embarked on an incredibly bold and ambitious plan to undertake a complete transformation of our iconic site. The journey has presented significant challenges along the way, but with a dedicated, committed, focused resolve, our vision for the Moonee Valley Racecourse is set to be realised over the ensuing years. In addition to investing into the new Moonee Valley Racing Club, the club will have significant surplus funds at the conclusion of the project. They will be invested into new business opportunities that will complement our existing operations. These investments will provide ongoing dividend revenue streams that will support and sustain the club well into the future. We build what we hope will be the best night racing venue in the world, and we will secure the future of the Moonee Valley Racing Club for the next 100 years. We will create a new community that will be fully integrated with the racecourse and develop a high-quality residential product for over 5,000 new residents that will be supported by facilities and amenities that will promote a healthy and active lifestyle. I guess when you go back 10 years ago, it's pretty amazing what can be created when you start with a clean sheet of paper. Thank you very much, everyone.